Plugged in my. Hello, YouTube. I hope you're having a blessed day, YouTube. And all of you who work YouTube, I hope you're all feeling blessed. Well, maybe we could do yeah. Today, my daughter is in the middle of getting some procedures done, so of course, Mom sits here waiting. That's how we roll. Routine procedures. As soon as I smoke this cigarette, we'll go for a little walk. And I may have to abruptly stop the stream in case they call when she's done. I know these procedures don't take all too long, but how y'all feeling? Huh? I'm feeling pretty good. Oops, sorry. I know I probably should do all this and prepare before we start talking, but you know me, do things on a whim. Okay, we're holding it. So, like I said, today and the rest of the week, rest of the month, test. Testing 1, 2. Come back online. It was very, how can I put this? When it comes to certain energies and certain, hello, how you doing, Alice? Surviving, yeah, we are surviving Wonderland, aren't we? Some of the energies that I've been picking up on is, it's more of that 8 of Wands and Strength, those 2 cards. And it's very fiery energy. I think, I'm not sure if the moon is in Leo yet. I know that the moon will be going into Leo soon. I know it was in Cancer, but the moon will be going into Leo, transiting through there. And be prepared to be wanting to get out, wanting to move, wanting to go for a walk, just wanting to communicate, wanting, healthy communication, not toxic communication. Like most people I feel right now, they just want peace in their life. Of course, you can only do so much with certain people, like you can't. Some people just don't want peace in their life. They don't. They love to create obstacles, blockages for you. And how you, because I'm going to tell you, I've said this before. I understand the tests and the stuff that we've gone through as a collective unit. Were not easy. They were really hard tests. They weren't like anything simple. They weren't, it's like stuff that had taken you time to actually process. And processing all of this stuff that's coming at you sometimes can be really overwhelming, because you don't, first off, you don't know where it's coming from, and it doesn't seem fair, because it seems like bullshit. Like, how in the hell did I come from a place of abundance and peace, and I dropped something, and then I turn around and I see that. Look at this. This is bizarre. Yeah. All right. That's a dead bird. Sometimes we, as a collective, don't understand who we're messing with. People claim to be one thing and they're a whole nother. People claim that, they believe in God and they trust God just because they said a prayer once, just because, and my cigarette goes out. This is the type of stuff I'm talking about. Like, that bird got me creeped out now that I'm walking past. I hate to see that kind of stuff. It's weird because, like, it is what it is. I don't even care at this point. Whatever. Okay, I'm going to go over here and sit down. We'll have a chit chat quick. It's a pretty nice courtyard here. I just don't want to get hit on the head. These are just falling acorns everywhere here. Sometimes you don't know who you're messing with. Sometimes people can put on a really good mask and a fake, phony smile and act like their whole life is all together. But behind closed doors are living in tormented, sorry if I'm, those type of people will look for those who are actually enjoying. Oh, absolutely. These people will specifically target and look out for people who, I don't want to get hit in the head with that'd be my luck. And they will basically try and, I saw it happen a lot, where someone will come and try and steal your blessings and your energy for their own gain. They will. They really, truly do not care. They just want to see you miserable, because that makes them feel better. If they can destroy somebody who, energetically destroy somebody who, really, truly Yeah, precisely. Energy ramps. And they can't stand to see other people succeed. They hate it. It drives their demons crazy to watch somebody else be blessed because they feel like that they deserve that when they haven't done the work. They haven't done the work on themselves to actually be allotted those perks. It's almost like, okay, going to a technical school, nothing wrong with tech schools, but then applying at a hospital to be a doctor. Does that make sense? They went to a technical school to, get like a degree in masonry, but they think they could be a fucking doctor because they see that you can do it, and then there's this jealousy there. So what a lot of people have been they've been putting on these fake, phony facades, and they try and switch out energy with people. A lot of times we'll call it projection, reactive abuse. A lot of times comes out of that. If you know what that is reactive abuse is when you've been abused by somebody so heavy, so hardcore, that when you lash back, they're like, see, they're the abuser. They're the ones who did it. See, they're crazy. When the whole time they were projecting this facade on you that they're so amazing and they're so wonderful, yet they don't have they didn't do the work on themselves. They didn't do their energetic repentance. Let me just put it like that. They didn't see the folly of their ways. So what they do is and I saw it happen. I legit saw this happen. They'll attack you in the 5D. They'll throw projections at you, especially if they know that you have gifts. They will throw projections at you. They will, and then they'll hide behind a facade of, well, it's usually in a smear campaign. This person just never liked me. They're jealous of me. They're this, they're that, when it's actually the opposite. And what they're trying to do is get a group of people behind them that many times they've already screwed over. These people, that's what's pissing a lot of people off, is because people are not giving second chances to people anymore. They're done. Like, you screwed me over once, shame on me. Screwed me over twice, shame on you. Or is it screw me over once, shame on you, screw me twice, shame on me? There is no I'm after right now. It's like, you screw me over once, I forgive you, but get the fuck out of my life. You don't deserve to be in my life, because I know exactly what's going on. I know exactly what they're doing. And that's why I usually do not have problems with people coming on my YouTube and giving me shit. The only thing I have problems with is people turning my stuff in because they're too much of a fucking pussy to actually confront me. And that's just the facts. They ain't gonna confront me. They know my ancestors once in time. It's where how many other times have we given multiple chances because we thought, we got an apology, and we're good people and we want to accept their apology because it's the right thing to do. And it's okay to forgive. But we had forgiveness all messed up. Forgiveness is not for the other person. Forgiveness is to free yourself. That's why people want to keep on at you and at you and at you. And as soon as you get to a place of forgiveness, then they want to come back and then do some more fuck shit to piss you off some more. So then you got to go through forgiveness again. Like, or, they come back and they're like, I understand why you're mad. I didn't mean to do that. Will you please forgive me? Blah, blah, blah. And then you come to find out they did it again. This is the energy we're in because they want to come back and do an energy transference. They want your gifts. They want your talent. They want your compassion. They want your prosperity and abundance. And the only way that they can get it is by stealing it. I think Saint called it spiritual embezzlement or something along those lines. Book of Saint had said that yesterday, and it resonated a lot because there were so many times where it was like I poured my heart and soul into certain things, and it seemed like every time I did that, somebody else got my come up, and I got screwed over. And I was made to look like a bad guy when I wasn't the one that did anything. That's happened a lot because of people with projections and just unfounded, unfair claims of bullshit. And ain't nobody got time for that. Like I said, there ain't nobody technically in the YouTube community, especially in this community, that I have any issues with. People stay in their own lane. I'm good with that. Just keep my name out your mouth. If you want to shout me out, great. If you don't like me, that's fine. I'm cool with that. I'm not for everybody. There's tons of readers on here that, are different than me. So find a reader that you like. And there's certain readers I absolutely love. And they don't think the exact same way I do. But I respect the craft. I respect what they do. I respect integrity. I don't respect people who have to talk shit about other people to get clout. And one of the things is, I think probably one of the most frustrating things for me is when I see other people accuse people of what they're actually doing. They're actually doing this shit, but they're accusing somebody else of doing it, even though that other person very well may have been doing it. But then they start doing it. You got to remember, when you accuse other people of things, there's usually something inside you that you're dealing with or that is being a reflection. I know I trigger people. That's a part of my gifts, is to jar people into waking up to the truth. And I make no apologies for that. I used to apologize all the time for hurting people's feelings. I'm not apologizing anymore. I don't intentionally try and hurt anybody's feelings. I stay in my frickin' lane. And if other people can't respect that because they're jealous, then that's your problem. That's a you problem. That's not a me problem. That's a you problem. I stay in my lane. And I'm not ashamed of what I do. Like I said, I've had more backlash from religious people than I have from people within this community. People within this community usually don't mess with me a whole lot. Then again, I'm pretty far down. They did it first. That's why my stuff's so pushed down, so far down in the algorithms, it's hard to even find my channel. And it's kind of sad, but I understand it. I do. Not everybody's going to like me, and I'm not going to like everybody. Let's just get that straight. I don't like everybody. God don't like everybody either. So God has his favorites. I don't give a shit. And I'm one of them because I've been obedient and I've done the work, and I've helped people, and I pointed people to the Creator. Yeah, I might have done the work, and I have allowed the work to take precedence in my life, and I've allowed the pain to come through, and I've wore my heart on my sleeve. I've done a lot for a lot of people, and people are going to be really pissed off when the rewards really start pouring in. All the work that people have tried to mess up in my life, it's all going to come back. And if you stayed in integrity and you really just did your best to love people and help people, and they maliciously, for no reason, have attacked you, yeah. We have, I think, 6 planets, and 5 or 6 planets, including Mercury, all in retrograde right now. Pluto and Saturn are stationed, about ready to go direct next month. If you didn't get things right, or you kept on doing all that bull crap, and you kept on trying to hurt people, kept on trying to send demons to people, and you kept on talking evil about people, life and death are right here. Life and death are in the power of the tongue. We declare things from our mouth. That's why I said prayer is powerful, especially when you're connected to God. When you're connected to the Godhead, and you can hear the Godhead, and it is powerful. And God sees everything. You can't get away with shit and not expect it, not expect some for, Newton's law. With every reaction, positive or negative, there's an equal or greater reaction. So if you've been a shitty person, especially if you've been working with dark energy, instead of, listening to the spirit on the inside of you, the Holy Spirit that's guiding you to do the right thing, that's the difference. That is the biggest difference. People, you'll be able to discern them through their love. You'll be able to discern them through the way they care about people and the joy that they carry. People will come and just try and make your day bad so that they can steal your joy. Because they're miserable bitches and they're miserable cusses and they don't like themselves. They don't like, their own life is shit. So they want everybody else's life around them to be shit. And that's not the way God sees things. Everything comes and goes in cycles. We've got an Aries full moon coming up. That's my full moon. We're setting this bitch on fire. Positive, in a very positive way. That's why I said praying for our enemies. Praying for those who persecute you, for God's name's sake. Yeah. Praying for those people who have abused you and spoke ill of you and betrayed you. Yeah, trust me. You might not see it right away, okay? You might be like, I'm doing all of this for nothing. Every time I'm good to somebody, I get shit on. Well, that person who shit on you, don't be surprised if you don't hear, you heard it through the grapevine. They're about to freaking lose their mind. Honey, honey, yeah, yeah. God's so funny. Hi, how are you doing? And, you know, we do attract or we repel. I've been asking to be able to do both simultaneously. Keep saying, I've been asking to be able to do things. I want to be able to attract positive. So you put out positive energy and love. And then you have energy thieves who come and try and steal it because their own life sucks and is miserable. And they see that you got some for kind of lucky streak or some for kind of, they just don't understand why everything just seems to come to you on a silver platter. I heard that already from someone in church. Your life just seems so easy, like everything just comes to you on a silver platter. Biatch. It's the outflow of my relationship with the divine. It's not anything I'm doing personally. And she was a female narcissist who basically stole my identity in that place. It was a shit show. That place after I left turned into a real shit show. But it was a shit show what she freaking did. And I was just shocked. I was shocked that somebody could actually be so malicious and cruel. I didn't understand it. But the whole time, like my intuition was telling me this girl just don't like me, and I don't even know why. I never did anything to her. I tried to be kind. I tried to be, because we were both cell group leaders and all this other shit. And she was a fake and a phony the whole entire time. And here I am, still loving God. I was the real thing. And she was a fake. She would come to me and be like, what are you hearing from God? And then turn around and at our prayer meetings be like, this is what God told me. And she would recite verbatim what I said. And I'd sit there in freeze mode. Well, guess what? She's no longer a part of that church. I've talked to people who, after the fact, who know her, and they couldn't believe she even ever attended a church by the way they act. And this is after the fact. And I'm like, well, they made their bed, they need to lay in it. Spirit departed from that place. From what I was told, it's not even the same people from when I went there that go there anymore. Oh, well. here I am, like I said, still got my relationship with God. I might do things unconventionally. I might cuss and swear sometimes. This is how God made me, and I'm not apologizing for it. I'm not apologizing for my gifts. I'm not apologizing for what community I'm in. Look, all means all. Go into all the world, teaching the kingdom. And that's what I do. Kingdom principles. Yeah. Christians had it all wrong for the longest time. And they couldn't accept the fact that, oh, yay, 20 people got saved. Yay, 20 people came to the altar. Yay, 20 people gave their lives to Christ. Yay, let's celebrate that. And then what? Then, no, you're to go and teach them and model for them and disciple them and support them. Not just leave them to figure it all out on their own, even though, like, I pretty much had to do that. That's not what a lot of these people do. I can tell you one thing. People in the occult practices, they know how to make disciples. That's where the church is stupid. We want to talk about that. That's where the church has gone drastically wrong. Oh, well, just go to church. Just go to the country club. And you'll be a good person. Just, like I said, just because I go and sit in my car in a garage, it doesn't make me a car. Just because you go and sit in a church doesn't make you a true, real believer in God. It makes you a fool to think that you can mistreat people and do all those things and not demonstrate the power and love of God to other people. It's all about clout. It's all about prestige. It's all about the way I look in society. It's all about position of authority. It's all about control. Not making disciples. Not being vulnerable. Not admitting when you're wrong. And that is why there has and will be the great falling away, because there's no power there. There's no love there. It's all about control and controlling the masses, controlling the way people think, and talking down on people who are actually doing it. And that's where I have an issue. It is. That's one of my biggest issues. I got more support from people who are in the occult community than I ever got with people in church. But yet I still kept my relationship with God with integrity. And they might not like me. They may still be fake, but they sure as heck won't say it to my face. They might throw energy my way. But heck, you can click off of YouTube at any time. When you're a part of a church, you almost feel obligated. Or they guilt you into things. I've saw that a lot. You're not a good person if you don't serve. As I go on a trip to Disney World with your money, Or I go out to Arizona with your money. Or I go to a hiking trip with your money. I've come to the conclusion that most churches, they're an organization, they're a business. They're not there to change lives. They're there to make money. And Jesus never asked for a dime from people. And I can tell you right now, Jesus walked in many of these churches on a Sunday or whenever they hold it. He'd be making a lot of changes. He'd be, collecting all that stuff and actually helping the community with the money and distribute that money for the community of people, the poor, the widows. I think, I don't know if they do all that, but it wouldn't surprise me. I know the Pope does, but other than that's Catholicism now. I'm talking across the board. I was never brought up Catholic. I was brought up, in my childhood, I was brought up independent and strict Baptist until their bylaws and nasty ways could not be hidden anymore. They really turned my parents. They hurt my parents. The church has. And that's why my parents stopped going to the church. It's not that my parents ever lost faith in God or they didn't love Jesus. They just realized at that point they don't need people telling them, things that God never said. They don't. We need real truth. And instead of displaying contempt and anger, how about we start this, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, mercy, and self-control. Church needs to learn that. Church needs to stay in their damn lane, too. They don't know what they're talking about, and they just be like, oh, yeah, well, they're in a cult. That's so evil. Not realizing some people are called into this because it's a part of their purpose. Because God has a purpose there too, and He loves everybody. Just because you were in a church doesn't make you a good person. Just because you do things and pull tarot cards doesn't make you a bad person. It's your intent and how you treat people. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, mercy, and self-control. And that is one of the judgmental hypocrites. We got no time for those. People want to talk shit all the time. But people seem to forget that the most esoteric person to ever walk this earth, they worship. Mm-hmm. They're worshiping the very thing that they claim is evil. Freaking love me. People who are loved in the community than I do. And that's just fact. All of it. People can hide under the guise for a real long time and sit there and say, you know, yo, I can undercover out here on YouTube. I knew someone was a preacher. Tell by the way that she spoke, because I grew up in it. They tried to hide it because yeah, they wanted their numbers to go up. You stand out here and you claim who you are, and you're teaching esoteric things, and you're going against theology, but you're actually touching people because who I don't know why God gets me on this stuff at the church. I don't know. I don't. I don't know why I have to constantly be coming at the religious sector. I don't want to do this because I would have thought they would know this by now. This is basic. This is basic. They're still on titty milk and they need to get on the meat. No, we'll just go to church and suck our little bottles and binkies every week. Well, it's not what God wants. Now God mandated his people to do. That's why most people are finding it in the occult. They're not finding it in church because your churches are dead. Your churches are powerless. Your churches, especially when you have people who've legit had like kind of like an experience with God and they're like, wow, I want to know more. And there's nobody to tell them or show them or teach them. There's a lot more than just doing the traditional thing. Study up on it. Like I said, I could stay in the Gospels all the time, but then, you know, I expand on them and then I'm like, Gospel of Thomas, the most esoteric, one of the most esoteric books in the Bible. They took it out. He walked with Jesus. He saw Jesus do esoteric things all the time. They couldn't handle it. Church wanted to keep you weak, so they keep control. I'm talking church leaders. Keep control. Decent and in orderly fashion. Instead of being like radical lovers of the Creator and getting to know the Creator's ways and how the Creator does things and love people like the Creator would in all their messed up stuff. Like I said, forgiveness isn't for them, it's for you. You just have to learn boundaries with people. You're not supposed to be abused out here. Someone comes up and apologizes to you, absolutely. Accept their apology. But if they try and ignite a relationship again, don't do it. Apologies are great. However, reuniting with somebody who's already showed their true colors is just going to set you up for more heartbreak. Okay? If you've already saw someone's true colors, I'm not saying people can't change. But you really use your discernment because we rub off on each other at this point. Energies rub off on each other at this point. If somebody's inner turmoil, and I can feel it. I can feel when someone's in inner turmoil. And it sends me, woohoo, in a whirlwind in my own mind, I know to stay the heck away from that person. If someone, I can tell, I can spot a fake compliment, be like, that's so fake. I can spot fake people, and I avoid them like the plague. I'm going to talk about all their problems. So many problems. Oh, I got so many issues. But they don't do nothing about them. They just want to complain and put the burden on you. Well, I always say pray about it. Talk to God about it. God's the only one who can change your situation. You complaining to me isn't going to help. I can pray for you. A lot of times when I do, there is breakthrough. Sure. But what are you doing to get closer to God? He's the only one that's going to change your situation and make it beautiful. Make beauty from ashes, the ashes of your life. I don't know, I guess that's what I had to say for the day. As I'm sitting here waiting for my daughter's procedure to be done. So I'm going to soon head in there. It's been like an hour. I'm going to go see where we're at on the chart here, see what's up. Go grab a coffee, and I'm out. I love you guys. I make them on later, and if I do, we'll see you then. Peace. Enjoy. Love you. Bye-bye.